This is Heart Rhythm TV, and I am Julie Shea here with Amy Wharmby, who is a clinical physiologist at St. Bart's Hospital in London, England. Now, Amy, I hear that you are the winner of the high-scoring Allied abstract for this year, as well as the high-scoring Women in EP abstract as well. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What a double honor. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
It's really surprising.
Yeah?
But, really.
I'm sure it's not surprising. I'm sure it's wonderful. So tell us a little bit about your abstract.
Yeah, so my abstract's based on atrial pacing induced oversensing in a subcutaneous ICD. So looking at the interactions between a concurrent pacemaker and an S-ICD.
Oh.
Found sort of the main issue we came across was we had an untreated episode with oversensing, but oversensing of P waves. And we ran simultaneous interrogations on the devices in clinic and found actually it was when we were doing a manual atrial threshold in clinic that actually this phenomenon and pattern was actually seen on the untreated episode. So we sort of looked at how we best manage the interaction between the two devices.
That's amazing. That's great. So this was a case study report then of a patient, and were you able to overcome that with reprogramming of the device, or did you require hardware changes?
Yeah, so it was just on a case study on one patient, as you say, and what we did is we reprogrammed the pacemaker just to sort of limit atrial pacing and encourage intrinsic P wave sensing, so lowered the lower rate limits and turned off atrial auto capture measurements. And actually, over the battery longevity of the S-ICD of 2 years, there were no further issues.
Wow. And so how did this come to your awareness? Like when did the patient get a therapy, or? Yeah,
so luckily, the patient had the S-ICD implanted in 2011, and then they had a pacing indication 4 years later. And it was actually 2 months after the pacemaker had gone in that this untreated episode was discovered. So relatively newly post-implant.
Yep. Okay.
So yeah, we got on top of it early on, thankfully, and actually they didn't have any inappropriate therapy.
Great.
Which is always
Great.
good.
It's interesting, all these little nuances that come up during clinic follow-up. So I also understand that this is your very first heart rhythm meeting. So tell me a little bit about what you've thought. Today's the third day in, and what's your experience been like? Yeah,
no, it's been really amazing. There's so much going on. I've attended mixtures of posters, abstract talks, and the expo. It's been a really good learning curve. And there's just so much you can take from it. It's also been really interesting seeing the differences between the healthcare systems from US to the UK, because really the role I do at the moment in the UK doesn't fully exist here, and actually it's been really good to get to know actually how that role is over here, with the nurses being a really key part of the team. Yep. And it's nice to see sort of the ways in which clinics are managed, particularly like remote monitoring services. Yep. And I've picked up like a lot of tips that I can hopefully go back home and optimize our clinics, which is really useful, and it's really exciting to see all the new technologies.
Yeah, it's great. A lot of great things coming out of this meeting, and really exciting to meet other people and see how they do things differently, and being able to stay connected in between. So thank you very much for joining me this morning, and congratulations on your high-scoring abstract for both the allied professionals and for the women EP. That's tremendous.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Thank you. This is Julie Shea, Heart Rhythm TV.